Okay, for this one, you really just need to understand what, again, y equals mx plus b represents and how to find m and how to find b. If you know that, this is really quick. So let's go. Now let's have a look at these 4 different examples of equations of a line. In this one, y equals mx plus b, remember that's the key, and that means it's relatively straightforward. M equals 5, b equals -5. It asks you in this question, with each of these equations, which would be a line with negative slope? Well, the slope is positive, so that's positive slope, right? And that means that's not the answer. Makes sense, right? Come on, pen. Okay, so this one here, actually, if we're doing y equals mx plus b, m, okay, m is equal to 0, because that's the only way this x could disappear. So what this really is, not to overcomplicate it, is this. Y equals 0x minus 5. And we don't write in mathematics when the 0 times the x works its magic, then it disappears. So we end up something in y equals -5. But mark my words that it's still actually there. It's just invisible. The power of 0 makes it disappear from sight. That's the power of 0. It's a Maya. So x equals -2. This one, kind of different, completely different. This is actually undefined slope. And I think that we'll discuss that more in another video, because in this one, y equals mx plus b, the only way that can happen is if this line, we're graphing it, x equals -2, is going to be a graph of slope that's up like that, which means the run is it's 0. So the rise over run here is as such that this is infinite and this is 0. Now the problem with that is you can't have 0 on the bottom of a fraction, so it's undefined. That's that particular case. Whereas this one, the slope is 0. So those are 2 special cases. And then we go to this one, very clear. M is -3, b equals 4, negative slope. And this is your answer. Check. That's the answer to the question. So just in general, it's really good to recognize or be able to recognize these special cases, and the cases of positive slope, negative slope, 0 slope, and undefined slope, straight up and down with a line. Of course, 0 slope is going to be flatlining. The flat line is going to be 0 slope, and straight up and down would be undefined for the reasons mentioned in the video. Actually, a lot of people glide over that. They never really learn it, but I encourage you to watch this video again and again. You can just use your finger and move back and understand this very subtle philosophical point, because math and philosophy go together like a hand in a glove.